Welcome back, Achieve Virtual Education Academy teachers. Hopefully you had a wonderful and restful winter break. We avoided some of the snow, so maybe we'll get some here. Some of you that might have made sad, the rest of you are probably celebrating that fact. But anyways, I know we're all busy trying to get acquainted with new students in your traditional classrooms and new students with your online classrooms, so we'll get right to it. Welcome back. Just so you kind of know, be reminded to check your email from this past Monday. I sent an email instead of posting it anywhere else, assuming you would get to your email. But there was 8 or at least 7 key points to be reminded of as we move forward and as you start this semester. Some of those I will highlight again here in this weekly update, but be sure to check that email out. It's pretty detailed on final exam password to be set, due dates for this semester, that kind of thing. This is our last semester, as a reminder, utilizing My Big Campus and most likely Genius. I doubt we'll be using Genius past this semester, so that means for summer school we'll be using It's Learning in place of My Big Campus, and Skyward, our school district's information system for registering and student data and where you'll be able to find student phones and that kind of thing. We are working on that. The Genius is not 100%, but it's probably 95% that we're going that way. The spring semester, as a reminder, our final date is Friday, May 27th. That allows you, if you give any extensions before summer break, to June 2nd. June 2nd, our district is shut down. It's done for the school year. So June 2nd is that drop dead date. So we are going to close our semester Friday, May 27th. If we get students in by that last week of January, which is the last week we're taking full-time enrollments for this semester, that still gives them 18 or 19 weeks to finish. So it's still a full semester for them. So May 27th will be that deadline. So plan accordingly. Our summer school, just looking on the horizon, we're planning to start again on Monday, June 6th. As you assign your schoolwork, just be reminded, assign it for May 27th. You can allow late submissions, or just know on May 27th you're going to have a lot of kids maybe that didn't finish that are going to be saying, hey, that says I'm past due and I can't do anything. So just be aware of that. The final exam password again, Achieve Spring 16, all lowercase, all mashed together just as it appears there. That way if a public librarian's typing it in for one student, they don't have 25 different passwords they need to know. Some quick data points. We had approximately 10 more full-time students this past fall than we did a year ago, so this data does match up a lot better than it did the year before. But our full-time Achieve students, we earned almost about 80 more credits than we did the previous year. That's fantastic. And then almost about another 80 for our part-time Achieve students. So you can kind of see the credit numbers there, but that's great to jump that high. Honestly, I didn't expect that, but looking at the data from last fall to this fall, it was pretty impressive that we jumped in credits, yet our student population stayed about the same. So nice job. Nice following up with your students and families. I know some of you came to me and were concerned about your completion rates and how it was going, but I think if you were to compare it to last fall, it's going to be pretty similar, if not better in some cases, based on the numbers here. So again, nice job. Tying up loose ends, Miss Goodnight's trying to schedule kids, and I'm obviously was pulling some of that data before, but make sure we're completing our kids. As of today, or actually I guess Thursday, we had about 65 still enrolled in fall courses. About half of those are part-timers, and that's expected. As our paying customers, we let go a little bit longer until they're done, or specifically Ben Davis kids, they won't transcript the EFT anyway, so we kind of tend to hang on to those. But the full-time Achieve students, there's about 35 of them. We really need to get those completed unless you've seen me regarding special circumstances or worked it out with Claudia regarding a special circumstance. The rest of those, let's get them done. The due date for the extension was supposed to be this past Monday, January 4th, so let's go ahead and get them cleaned up. As if they need to retake a class, they need to retake it. It's unfortunate, but you know, they had the 2 weeks of break plus this week if you've given them the full week, so it's time to kind of move on. So go ahead and wrap them up. The Wayne Winter Games, I'm going to leave this on for just a second, but on January 30th, There's a fitness competition that our school district is putting on, and then after that there's a 9:30 to noon free health fair with some fun activity stations, giveaways, those kinds of things taking place. I will be here. Achieve will have a table working the 40-yard dash. I believe I will be joined by Mr. Bird and Mr. Totten at that table. But I'll also be here for the actual winter game event. I don't know yet if I'll be participating, but I'll either be helping or judging in some way, if not participating. So just kind of be aware. Certainly feel free to attend. It's going to be fun. If you're a Wayne Township teacher, you're going to see more and more advertisements as the weeks pass up to January 30th. But even if you're not a Wayne resident, you live around here and are looking for something to do in the middle of winter, it could be a fun time. Reminders to notify your students about as you reach out and make your first contacts. It's never too early for them to begin thinking about final exams and where they're going to take them, especially if they're looking for local public libraries. The earlier they get on this and get something kind of set or make that connection, the better, the easier it's going to be for them come May. Also, in order to pass your class, they have to pass that final exam, so that's something to reiterate. And then the grades, as a reminder, a lot of kids, they do some work and they freak out the grade's not updating. Remind them that the grade won't update immediately. Michelle Eaton currently has to run the update manually. She comes in and does this every day. We're used to, because in Angel it was an automated process, and we're used to saying, well, it's an overnight data upload. About 2 a.m. it does this. Well, now, ever since we've been in my big campus, it's been a manual process that Michelle has done. And so if she has meetings right away, takes considerable time and data, internet data for this to take place, so it can't just be done anywhere and at any time. So that's why sometimes it's kind of hit or miss, but just explain to the kids that if they do some work today and it's graded today, they're not going to see it show up in their Genius dashboard until the next day. Another thing we learned throughout the course of at least this semester, maybe before, I can't remember, but resubmissions. If you allow students to redo assignments, those resubmissions don't count. So in Genius, it looks like the student didn't do that assignment, or they may look like they've done 24 of 60 assignments when in fact a lot of those may have been resubmissions and they've done more than that. So they can't always go by Genius at this point, which is why communication from you becomes very important with where they're actually at in the course. And something, if you weren't aware of that, just be aware of it. So make sure you also give out a pacing guide. I haven't didn't type this in there, but a pacing guide for all your students is going to be very important. Let them know how many assignments each day or each week they need to complete to finish on time, with time built in to take that final exam. That'll be very helpful and much more successful for some of our students. Anything else I've mentioned on here? The grading scale. Our grading scale is a little weird since we have a small D range. From 65 to 69 is our D. 65 is the lowest passing grade, so that might be something you reiterate to the students as well. So just things to keep in mind. Anything else you think of, obviously you can notify them of, but I think these are the pertinent items. Payouts is the last super important slide for you today, but on the payouts, I have completed those as of Wednesday afternoon. So if you have not gotten back with me and you do so after noon today, I will probably have already submitted the pay, and we'll need to make sure we don't forget about it for your March payout. But certainly if you think about it between now and then, and you get this between now and then, and you haven't yet gotten back with me regarding some discrepancies, please let me know so I can look into them and then update your pay amount. Otherwise, we will put them on your March or prior to spring break or during spring break payout. That will be the next one, and then the last one obviously is at the close of the school year. If I submit this today, Friday the 8th, by noon, you can expect the pay to occur on January 22nd. If you're a non-Wayne teacher, you'll probably get your check earlier than that, but Wayne Township teachers, you can expect it on the January 22nd pay. Lastly, have a fantastic kickoff. I know you've kind of already had that kickoff with 1 week in, but with the NFL playoffs on us and our home stretch ahead of us, have a great, only you can make it a great semester, at least at start. So work for that and be excited. I'm excited. We have had some good data. Our letter grade went up. We got some good letter from the Indiana Department of Education regarding our withdrawal system and how we're now a Tier 1 school because all our paperwork's perfect and in order. So thanks to our office staff for that. And then our credit earning, obviously, from last semester appears initially at least a lot better than it was even a year ago with a similar amount of students. So I couldn't be more pleased at this point, so fantastic. Look forward to another strong semester. The spring semester is always a little more productive for our students, and enrollments are hot and heavy right now, so we'll keep them coming, keep putting them in your classes, and let's have a great finish to our school year. Thanks.